Hey there, welcome back. You have stumbled upon the How to Start Your Blog series where I'm basically going to show you what it looks like to start a blog from day zero and go through a full year's progress. And for those of you that are not tech savvy, you're going to want to tune into this. The reason is because if you've been building your business using Facebook or any other type of social media, and you feel like you're just attached to your phone all the time and you're struggling with that, maybe even you're getting into some arguments with your spouse or your kids are begging for your attention. Sound familiar? Well, if you're posting and you're crossing your fingers like, oh man, I really hope somebody connects with me and clicks my link and buys my thing, you're going to want to tune into this. Because we're on video number 6, where I've been dissecting what would you blog about if you were to blog. And I even have a free step-by-step tutorial showing you how to set up a blog if you're not tech savvy, because I'm waving at you from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and your girl, Michelle Keneally, right here, wasn't very tech savvy. It took a lot of effort to get out of my way, out of my head, and shift the voices I told myself that I could not learn how to use a blog to build a business and get over myself and actually do it, because I realized that if I could build a Facebook page, if I could use Facebook groups, if I could use Messenger, if I could design a profile to attract people to me to buy my products, then I can build a blog. Because guess what? I've learned how to use the tools on Facebook. You can create documents, you can do videos, you can schedule premieres, you can host events, you can teach people things, you can write, your heart out and, really connect with people. There's so many things that you can do with Facebook. I mean, even look at your business page where you write your About Me section. That's mimicking an About Me on a blog. If you can write an actual post, that's kind of mimicking a blog article, okay? The difference is on Facebook, people aren't coming there searching for information. They're coming there to connect socially. And that's the perfect place to stick around and connect with people that you want to read your blog, okay? And get traffic over to it, build credibility, and then leverage Google. Because when someone's looking for information, they're not coming to Facebook. They're coming to be friendly on Facebook, okay? They're looking for information on Google. And if you went on Google with your wares or your services or the things that you know how to do, you can build a blogging business. Next week, we're going to dive in to how a blog makes money so you can understand that a little bit better. And if you're new to this series, I just want to introduce myself and say, hello, I'm Michelle Keneally, the non-tech savvy mom who is building a blog and is going to show you how I do it over this next year. This series is starting in December of 2019 and is going to go into 2020. My intention is to inspire you to start your very own blog and to leverage social media to get more traffic to your blog and sell more things. Even if you don't have anything to sell yet, I hope to inspire you to find what it is that you can sell. And next week, we're going to dive into how blogs actually make money. Today's video is talking about what if you feel like you're not a writer, and how you can become a writer, and why I think everyone can actually become a very good writer, even if you think you're not a good writer. I'm even going to show you some examples of people who really aren't that great of writers, but yet they've written books, they've made a ton of money. One girl in particular who I'm a huge fan of has even been on Dancing with the Stars, starting with her blog. So as always, with every single video that I do, there's always an action step. If you want to figure out if you should blog, There is a sign up button on my Juggling Life All Day with Michelle Keneally Facebook page. You can go ahead and click on that to join the very free tutorial on how you can start your very own blog. I go into in-depth deep dives to help you to find your idea and to learn how to write a blog post, and most importantly, the technical side of setting up your blog. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and click below in the description and you will also find that very free tutorial. Don't forget to tell your friends because I could use a few blogging buddies. This series is really a way for me to out loud talk about my journey and to inspire you to possibly get started as well. And it's meant to be a supplement towards your own blogging journey. So if you wanted to start with me and go through the process throughout the whole year, who knows, we could both have a story. So yesterday's video, I talked about if you don't feel like you're a very good writer, I encourage you to think about what you could help people with by going into Facebook comments and in areas of where you have an interest or that you feel that you have a little bit of knowledge on, or even maybe a topic you're super obsessed with and you wish you were better at it and you're willing to get better at it in order to keep talking about it and have friends that talk about it. I went over how you can go into Facebook comments to get inspired, to find questions that people are asking, to figure out if you could come up with a way to teach somebody something. So one of the examples I used was maybe you're an artisan cookie maker. It's kind of my favorite example to use. I don't know why. I'm not an artisan cookie maker. And I specifically talk a lot about macaroons. I don't know why. It just seems like a really good generic choice. And in most of my tutorials, I just show you how to find information on the topic of artisan cookies and macaroons. And I just, as a generic topic, show you how I can even find questions that people have out there and different blog post ideas, just to give you an idea of really how you can make blog posts come to life. And so what I talked about yesterday was if you don't feel like you're a very good writer, but you have an answer for people's questions that you're finding inside of the comments as a Facebook comment lurker, to record a video of yourself answering on that topic. Once you do that, you can literally watch yourself as you explain the topic and take notes. Most of us, when we're taking notes, probably tend to take bullet point notes, where we're pointing out the main ideas around whatever the person is talking about. And then once you're done with that, you can go back through and fill in more details around those main topics. Okay, so I'm going to show you that today and what you can do to figure out, well, if I'm not a good writer, can I actually do blogging? So I believe in that you should never stop yourself from doing something that you probably know is the thing you need to be doing just because you don't know how to do it yet. Okay? I'm a firm believer in taking the action steps to become whatever it is you want to become better at. If you went to school after high school and you wanted to become something, you went to school to learn how to do it. I think as adults, we feel like we don't have to go back to school and we don't have to learn anymore. And I think that's boring. I think that there's so much in this world that we could learn about. And if you want to build a business from home so you can be present with your family or pay off debt or buy a house or travel the world, you should do that. Don't live in this place of being stuck and saying, well, this is the way life is going to be. I'm just going to be at this level of my life. What are you, 99? Life isn't over yet. If you want to figure out how to do something, you better figure it out. So let's say you do have a service or a product and you want people to buy those things. Well, I hope that you are teaching people or helping people or inspiring people to help them with whatever they might need, that your product or service or solution would help that person with. So yesterday I used the example of if you sell kitchen products, just because I like to talk about those artisan cookies, you know? If you sell kitchen products like pots, pans, scrapers, whisks, whatever, spatulas, not scrapers, if you're doing that, but you're not talking about anything that relates to those products, it just is going to sound like white noise. You're going to have to create something that is attractive to your potential customer that would cause them to be curious about what products that you have, okay? So if you're an artisan cookie maker, showing how to make cookies using the products that you sell as a person who has kitchenwares that you sell, the people who watch you and learn from you are going to naturally want what you're using. They're going to want to know what ingredients you buy so they can go out and buy those exact same ingredients. They're going to want to buy the exact kitchen tools because they're going to want to get the exact results that you get. So if this is your first time watching one of these tutorials, I encourage you to find the playlist around this series. In YouTube, I actually have it listed off as my How to Start Your Blog series, like the 1 year, my personal 1 year journey. And on my Facebook page, Juggling Life All Day, I have it as a series as well, called How to Start Your Blog series. And each one is labeled based on the topic. Okay, so this is video number 6, and it's addressing what if you don't know what to write about. Okay, this entire week we've spent talking about you know, how to pick your blog topic. Some people come into blogging knowing exactly what to blog about. They know exactly what they want to do. But I have a heart for the person who doesn't know that. And I also have a heart for helping moms specifically to unleash that creativity that we tend to stuff down because we are, you know, buried in being a mom. We tend to forget a little bit about our own hobbies, our own interests, and what we like. And so I've taken this whole week to really drag that out of you and to like unleash it. So if you're real stuck still, go through the videos multiple times and allow your creativity to come out. I always encourage you, whenever you find yourself saying, I can't do this, just to stop working on it, because those negativity gremlins, they're getting you. We don't have time for that, okay? If you find yourself saying, I can't do this, just stop the video, because you're going to achieve whatever you believe, okay? If you believe you can't do it, then you're right, you can't. So come back when you're ready to be positive, and then we're going to explore. So back onto the topic of macaroons, the suggestion is to find in Facebook areas where people are talking about your potential topics and become a comment lurker, okay? So picture yourself as a meme, and it's okay that you do that. It's something you can unsee once I've encouraged you to do it. You are now a Facebook comment lurker. So we're going to go in and we're going to find a place where people are commenting on macaroons. Here is one post where it has 15 comments. She says, finally done with these babies, macaroons. And she shows a picture. And then they say, oh my gosh, this looks delicious. This person's saying, teach me. Look at that. People want to know how to make macaroons. And then she says, oh, I wish I had time to. We're going through so much crap. When you have time, send me your recipe. Right? I'm seeing like a video series right there. Okay. I wish I could figure out, I'm going to ship them out to decide if I'm going to sell them. See? That might get complicated. Okay. So this one's more like her friends are just commenting. All right. But you can see people want this. And that's how you validate your idea. One of the posts I did was on how, one of the videos I did was how to validate your idea. Okay. I'm going to go to, here's my post. Let going to go to one where I know there's a lot. This one has favorite recipes. It has 1.4 thousand shares on this post. Okay. And there's a bunch of comments. Okay, nothing there that's valuable. Okay. Here's one with 30 comments. Here's where someone is talking about a macaron is French for macaroon, and therefore these two different cookies are related. The one is an elegant pastel colored sandwich cookie. Any cookies made with egg white, sugar, and nut flour or shredded cookie is considered to be a macaroon. Macaron in French, the elegant sandwich is still a macaron. And when referring to this, one is implying it is a Parisian style macaroon. Interesting. And also a blog post to talk about what is the difference between a macaron and a macaroon. Okay? Do you guys see what we're doing here? One is mostly coconut, the other is built on egg whites. Not the same at all. I like them both, but I'm addicted to macaroons, which I cannot afford. Okay. We learned something there, right? We learned the difference and the argument between the names. Okay, here is hazelnut macarons. This person's talking about how they're a Christmas tradition. Getting ground hazelnuts is a problem in the US, not sure why. People are talking about the difference between the different nuts. There is a blog post right there talking about the different flours that are used. Here's on the classic macaron. These things aren't easy to make. No kidding. Oh my gosh. All right, this is 61 comments. Do you guys kind of see what market research looks like? I'm showing you, okay? I'm literally showing you. And there's tons of ways to pay for this, but I'm showing you the free way. Okay, you're scrolling on Facebook anyways. You might as well figure out how you can help people. Here's 199 comments. So this person's talking about making vegan macaroons, gluten-free macaroons, getting rid of palm oil, prayers have been answered for macaroons that are vegan. People are excited about that. Okay. Here's one with 4.7 thousand comments. There's got to be something in there that you can answer. They've included a video, note to self, right? This one person's saying she doesn't love coconut, but she wants to know what could be substituted to make macaroons without coconut. What? Maybe you can do a post about that. Like, well, then technically you don't like macaroons. This person's complaining about there's no ingredient quantities. They show the video, prep video, but no ingredient quantities. Maybe you could solve that solution by creating a video with the recipe. Seems pretty simple to me. Not hard, right? Um, all right. Person says she made them. They're really good. Um, Can someone please post the amounts of the ingredients for this recipe? There's a problem. Could you use jarred ice cream caramel topping? There's a conversation. Um, could you use top and filled canned caramel instead of craft caramels? Okay, so let me just pause right here. So when you're talking about teaching somebody something like how to make a macaroon, in this case, a caramel macaroon, maybe you're starting off the post talking about the macaroon and what is the difference between a macaron and a macaroon, and then you go into the what supplies you might need. Maybe you have a little video with it, then you've got the recipe, and then you have another section that says, can you use a jarred caramel? Can you use a craft caramel? Do you have to use the craft caramels? Those are just questions people are asking. So a blog post is simply just a way for people to learn how to do something. Okay, so you would have a couple of main ideas and you would just answer those questions. And you can literally go and figure out what do people want to know. Okay. This one says, this made me angry because I don't have this in my mouth, nor do I have the dishes clean to adapt this, nor do I have the ingredients. That's really funny. Most people want to know what kind of caramels they have to use. Okay. Now let's do another little search where I can show you like people's questions. If you haven't seen these other videos where I show you how to use Google to find questions that people actually ask, you're going to want to watch this. It's pretty fun. And I don't know why my browser isn't just set to Google. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to type in macaroons into Google. And you're going to see that Google gives some like fill in the blank or like guesstimations about what you might search for. Okay, so I typed in macaroon and there's like all these different things that people have typed in that want to know about macaroons. They've typed in macaroons recipe, macaroons near me, macaroon versus macaron, macaron cake, macaron flavors, macaron cookie. These are all potential blog posts where you can literally just talk about what people are typing into Google. Now, I clicked on macaroon, and what happens with Google is they'll put the most valuable answer to your question that they think you might find valuable and helpful, because their goal on Google is to give you that information, right? Okay. So the first thing they're doing is telling me what the definition of a macaroon is. And then they're showing me a few recipes because they're guessing that that's what I want to know. Okay. And they're prioritizing the ones that have really good images, as you can see. I'm assuming that these are also including videos. I could click on one and see if that's true. Now I want you to look at this blog post. This is from a blogger, okay? She's got a beautiful image here, macaroons. These easy macaroons are one of my most popular cookie recipes during the holidays. I can even find myself making these coconut macaroons multiple times. One batch is simply not enough. Can you see yourself saying something like that? It's not a textbook kind of comment. It's like a legit comment. And there's a beautiful picture. And then she talks about coconut macaroons, all right? And she acknowledges that coconut is one of those ingredients that people seem to love or hate without much middle ground. If you love coconut, pin this macaroons recipe right now and save it. So she's asking you to spread the word. And then she just goes in to say, like, let's imagine she's in a video. In the past, I've always made my coconut macaroon cookies with just 2 ingredients, shredded coconut and sweetened condensed milk. While these 2 ingredients macaroons have always been good, truthfully, they have not been that great. So last year on vacation, I tried some amazing macaroons at the French Corner Bakery in Cambria, California. She just shared a story. I went in for a macaroon. It was perfectly chewy, substantial, yet somehow somewhat delicate and downright delicious. So then she goes into the macaroons versus macarons, okay? That's what people want to know. How to make, these are the main ideas, pay attention. See the headlines? The ingredients. And the questions that people ask, are macaroons gluten-free? And then she goes on to offer other recipes to try, okay? As we go on throughout this series, I'm going to tell you just how important that is. Here's the recipe. Teaches you how to do it. Tells you to pin it. All right? That gets more traffic to her site. All right. It's being slow. Now, you can scroll down a little bit in Google and see people also ask, oh my gosh, this is like a gold mine. What is the difference between a macaron and a macaron? Why are macarons so expensive? What are macarons made of? Are macarons cookies? Those are 4 headlines. You can literally create a blog article with all 4 of these questions that people type into Google and create an article answering these questions and be found. Okay? It's really so cool. Okay? You can scroll down, you can see what people are talking about and the order. Look at this. Google is like a gold mine. It's amazing. So you can type in how to make a macaroon. Look what comes up. People also ask, are macaroons really hard to make? What is macaroon filling made of? Why are macaroons so expensive? And what is the difference between a macaron and a macaron? Those 4 headline or 4 those you could literally, create your blog post being called, are macaroons really hard to make? And then you can answer that. And then you could do one paragraph is, what is macaroon filling made of? The next paragraph is, why are macaroons so expensive? Or maybe put, what is the difference between a macaron and a macaron? And then, you could put the order in whatever order you want, whatever makes sense to you. But it's so cool how you can use what people are actually typing in to make a blog post about, okay? Now, back to if you can't write the blog post, let's dive into that. So I'm sure everyone has a Gmail account, or you should probably get a Gmail account. If you don't, I encourage you to get one, because Google offers you so many things for free that you can use to help you with this, okay? So what I was going into Google Drive, and then let's see if I can get this to work quickly. Choose a Google Doc, okay? Now, if you've looked online on Facebook or on Google to find the questions that people are asking out in Google, and you have found topics that you are inspired by, I encourage you to create a list of what those things are. You can literally get Google Drive right on your phone, so you can utilize that, or I'm sure you have a note app of some kind on your phone as well. But using Google Drive will allow you to actually create a document, a blog post, for example, that you can copy and paste and put into your blog. And you can do it from anywhere. So if you're in the kids pickup line at school, you can write a blog post right on Google Drive, and when you go to your computer, it will also be there. So no matter where you are, you can get access to your drive and be able to work on it, which is really cool. So let's say you write down the 4 questions that people ask online and you're like, okay, how can I answer these questions? Maybe it's hard to write. So what if I created a video where I showed a tutorial on how to answer all of those questions? I actually made the macarons in front of people and I answered those questions in my video. Once I do that, I go back and listen to my video and take down the main ideas around what I want this blog post to be about. Okay, so why is my thing being so slow? How do you make macaroons? Might be my blog post title. Okay, and then I might have 4 main ideas in my blog post. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Someday. My computer's being so slow. Get out of here. All right, so I'm going to type down those questions that I found people are asking. What is the difference? Oops. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how slow my computer is being. All right, I'm gonna get rid of these because it has an auto thing I forgot about. Wow, you guys, my computer is so slow. I'm telling you, when I hit it big, I'm getting a fast computer. Okay, how do you make macarons? What is the difference between macarons? Come on. My spelling is so bad. Oops. Macaroons. Sorry. Macarons gluten-free. Alright, macarons gluten-free. Let's see. What ingredients do you need? And alright, are they easy to make? All right, those are your four questions. You might put actually not they, but are macaroons easy to make? What ingredients do you need to make macaroons? Okay, so now all 4 of these main topics or these questions can be typed into Google. Okay, I want you to really pay attention to this. When people type this in, your article can pop up. Okay, so you want to answer questions and help people. You're the problem solver as a blogger. So could you see yourself typing out a title, a question that somebody might actually type into Google? How do you make macaroons? And then look at the other questions people ask, create 4 questions people ask, answer them, show a video or show a photo, right? And then link different products that you use to, like, maybe something on Amazon, like products that you actually use and can buy. You can become an Amazon affiliate, which we're going to talk more about money making on while, creating a blog next week. But could you see yourself doing something like this? I'm sure you're nodding your head. You might not be a writer, but you could do something like this. It's really not that hard. So your action step today is to, number 1, get over your fears. Number 2, dig around and see what people are asking, okay? The scrolling through social media and in different groups and in the Facebook world or whatever social media platform you're on is kind of a time waster if you're not utilizing any of this information for anything that will bring you profit. Okay, I know it's fun. I know it's fun to dig around. I know it's fun to like get into gossip and like see everybody's kids and do all that stuff. But you could also use these free tools and resources to become a resource. You could do that. Okay. I almost forgot. I promised you I would show somebody who isn't necessarily a really good writer, but who's really, really popular. Okay, so I'm somewhat of a actually. People have heard her. She is terrible. Her spelling is terrible. She's got a crude mouth, potty mouth. I love her. She's a round person. Okay, and she has been on like Dancing with the Stars. She's written a book. I mean, people just love to follow her. They either love her or they hate her. So I would look her up, and like she has even written a book all dedicated to empowering women. And that's what I love about her the most, is that she doesn't care. She shows up as she is. Some of her most popular photos on Instagram have been of her like in mismatched underwear and nursing a baby, you know, like she's just that real and raw. And so there's room for everyone on the internet to serve some purpose. Okay, so whether you think you can write or you can't write, if you can look around for what people might need help with, and you see you have that skill or interest, and you've maybe gotten a result for yourself, or you've helped other people get a result, or you have a unique perspective, or you have a sense of humor, or you just really want to be a part of that topic, you can learn by doing. You can figure it out as you go. And as you practice researching different topics that you might be interested in writing about, you could use Google Docs to actually like pretend write, and just to see if your creativity can come out. And you can do it from your phone. It's pretty cool. So your action step, again, is just to get over yourself and to start to think about where you can take what what's common sense to you, and what you can create. Okay. If you're going into blogging with the mindset of I have to make money, and if I don't make money within a week, it's not working, you're going to be frustrated. But if you're going into this with the idea of experimenting and figuring out if it's something for you and being a part of a learning process, you might find some fulfillment, especially in having an outlet and creativity to be able to put your thoughts somewhere and to make something all of your own. You might even find this as a really good release for building up your confidence, and it might even give you that confidence to come onto social media and say, this is what I'm about, this is what I'm talking about, this is my business, this is who I am. If you're an introvert and you don't want to come on to social media in that way, you can find a different way to be more confident behind the scenes with the blog. I mean, what if you took amazing photographs with your blog posts, and instead of doing videos, maybe like secretly underneath this facade of this introvert person. I'm not saying you're like a facade of an introvert person, but what if you are an introvert person, but you secretly wish you could create something great? Boy, what would a blog do for that, So go take some action steps. If you need to go through this series to help you through your creativity, I encourage you to do that. Make sure you're looking in the sign up button here on my Facebook page to get into that free tutorial, or if you're on YouTube, look in the description for that free tutorial as well, and maybe we can be blogging buddies together. It would be so much fun. I would love to hear what you've decided to blog on. So with that, cheers, and I'll see you on the next video.